So I don't like it when people say that video games are responsible for gun violence, because I think that's too negative of a worldview. They can do a lot of positive things too, like help to prevent teen pregnancies. I grew up playing a lot of video games. You can trust me on this. I did. Even the first year of college was one of the darkest periods in my life, because I was addicted to a game called World of Warcraft. Woo is not the right answer. You should be dry heaving. It's an online fantasy role-playing game that works very well as a form of birth control. And it's sad because it's such a lame rock bottom. I wish I had a drug problem. At least then I'd have cool stories. That's the thing. Like, if you meet a guy with track marks on his arm, but he's cleaned up, you're gonna say, that dude has been through some shit and I want to hear about his life. But if I walk around with a wrist brace for my carpal tunnel syndrome, nobody wants to hear about the time I killed a paladin and a warlock all by myself. That's what sucks. I'll never get a book out of that. You got people like Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue. He wrote the Heroin Diaries after his recovery. He got to have a memoir and a whole new album and redid his whole career. And with heroin addicts, they call chasing the first high chasing the dragon, because it's never as good as the first time. No one's gonna read a book about me actually chasing a dragon. Like, no, but the dragon spawned at 3 a.m. and I had to kill it to get the scales to make my fire-resistant leather vest. That's the whole point of the game, is you kill stuff to get new stuff that helps you kill bigger stuff, and you just do that over and over until you get tired of being a virgin. I went to college because at the time I wanted to be an elementary school teacher. I did all my student teaching in a 4th grade class. I couldn't go older than that because then the kids got bigger than me. You laugh, but it's scary looking at a pissed off teenager and thinking, okay, she could take me. Not on board with this. I ended up dropping out for various reasons, but a big one is that there's a certain stigma against men working with young kids. People get weird about it. Like, I hated talking to parents at conferences and stuff, because dads especially, they'd come up to me and go, all right, so you're a young dude, you're in your early 20s, you really want to be around 8-year-olds all day? But what it felt like they were saying was, hey man, are you trying to fuck all these kids? No! I'm trying to fuck all their moms! Young kids have hot young moms, and I had a dream! I know it would have been noble and respectable to say that I was a positive male role model for a child that might not have one, just to have a good influence on the next generation, but the real dream was to have a parent-teacher conference where I get to say, so, Mrs. Robinson, how badly do you want your son to pass my class? Phil Bradley there wants an A. You're going to have to get the D. I did that joke at another show one time, and some girl in the back yelled out, "That's disgusting!" Her kid would have failed. He'd have gotten held back a couple times. Gotta have Forrest Gump's mom's attitude. It's just, do whatever you can for your children. I'm picky too, when it comes to women. Like, I don't like it when girls wear clothes with adjectives on them. I tend to disagree a lot of times. And they get real upset if you tell them, hey, your pants say sexy, but that ass says emotional eater, so. Honesty's not the best policy. I'm terrible at dating, I really am. I broke up with a girl one time because I found my cast iron skillet in the dishwasher. If you don't know why that's a problem, deserve to be alone forever. That thing had generations of seasoning on it. It was way more useful in the kitchen than she ever was. I made the right call. I'm 31 now. I know. Sometimes I tell people that, what's your secret? I don't know, just push everyone in your life away. But I'm 31. That makes me a millennial, so I'm sorry. A lot of people older than me are angry at millennials. I think it's just because we ate all the avocados. I don't know. But I think if there's any one characteristic that defines my generation, it's that a lot of us are going to have roommates into our 30s. Because I've got 2 of them right now. I call them boy roommate and girl roommate. To their faces. And I want to give you an idea of the level of sexual activity in the household. So we're going to start at the very bottom of the pyramid with boy roommate. He's a good dude. He's one of my best friends. But he's a loner. He's a gamer. He's kind of like I was in college. But he's always in his room by himself. But he's a good guy. He's the kind of person that would give you the shirt off his back, but you wouldn't want it because of all the anime. So he's not bringing anybody home. After that, a small step above him, we got me. Because anytime I get laid, it feels like it was an accident. I turn into a detective afterwards. I'm like, who sent you here? There's no way I did this on my own. It's true. I'm socially retarded. I am. The last time a girl invited me to hang out with her, I had to ask partway through the night, hey, are we on a date? And she said, I think you might be autistic. That's not even a yes or a no. I'm still in the dark. I'm so dumb, I once fucked my way into the friend zone. That is the opposite of the dream for a lot of guys. And it's my fault, I know it is. I know, because the bedroom is kind of like comedy. Like, you know when you bombed, or you should at least. Some people are delusional, I don't know. But I know it's my fault because I heard the worst thing a man can hear in the bedroom. Is it in yet? I know. I'm the one who said it. Not good at all. It's like, look, baby, I've had about 12 shots of Fireball and I can't even feel time right now. So I'm gonna need you to help me land this airplane. Where's the hangar? Shouldn't have said all that out loud either. It's a good thing there's no such thing as an orgasm debt collector. I'd be in trouble. Then after that, you just, like, that's how you get demoted from fuck buddy to cuddle buddy. And you just spend way too much time hanging out with one person and having these platonic slumber parties where it's weird, but sometimes it's still better than being alone. Otherwise, you'd be at home looking at websites that start with a P. Like Pet Finder. That's where I am now. I deleted my Tinder and replaced it with Pet Finder because dogs don't care if you're under 5'6". So that's my deal. After that, we got girl roommate. Totally normal. Dates all the time. She's had a boyfriend for the last year. So she gets laid enough so that as a household, she brings us all right up to average. She's like when you put an honor student in a remedial class to fix the bell curve. And her and I share a wall upstairs in our house. And I was telling boy roommate one day, I was like, man, in the 3 years we've all lived here, I have never had to hear her having sex. That's a good thing. I'm weird, but I'm not creepy. I don't want to hear her having way more fun than me. But I jinxed it when I told him that. Because that night, it was like the perfect storm. All the ambient noise in the house shut off. It's like the washer and dryer cut off. The AC went down. Even the bugs outside stopped making noises. And I heard it like I was right there. She said, fuck me harder, you pussy. And he did. earplugs. I got one in. I was like, okay, here's all the penetration happening in my room tonight. That's cool. And before I could get the other earplug in, she said, oh my God, I'm about to come. And immediately after that, I heard boy roommate down the hallway because he just won a game of Fortnite. And he went, woo! Like Ric Flair. It's kind of like they climaxed at the same time. And after that, we all have iPhones, so I texted both of them in our group chat. Congratulations. Because when you text that word, it does the confetti. And he said, what? And she didn't say a word. So, thanks a lot, guys. I'm Devon Gollinge.